Hey everybody, I'm Will Bain, I'm Major Fun. You're joining me today to learn how to play Battle Sheep from Blue Orange Games. Let's get in on this and see what happens when sheep go to war. I have everything laid out, everything that you're going to need for the game. The things that you'll see here are the 16 player tokens. These represent the pieces that you'll be moving around, as well as the pasture tiles. And these are the ones that we're going to lay out in order to create the board. Alright, so when you set up for a 4-player game, you'll have everybody set across the table from each other, basic cross pattern. Everyone gets the 16 pieces, and then the first thing you do is you lay out the board. The board consists of the pasture tiles, and each person going counterclockwise gets to place one of these tiles. So the first person throws one out, and then everyone else has to play a tile that is adjacent to something that is already out there. Alright, so a quick word on movement of the pieces, because this is going to be important not just for the play of the game, but also for the initial placement of your stack of sheep, is that when you move anything in Battle Sheep, you are taking a part of a stack. It could be a single sheep. It could be any number of sheep, as long as you leave one behind. Okay, so I'm just going to take a stack of the sheep, and when I move them, I have to move in a straight line following the hexagons, and I have to move as far as I possibly can. So I could move here, because that reaches the edge of the board. There's nowhere else for me to go. I could move here. I could move here. I could move here. Now imagine for a moment that orange has moved, or red has moved over here. When I move my stack, I have to stop as soon as I run into another sheep. And that also means a sheep of my own color. So if I'm going to take a piece and move this way, I would have to stop right here. In every case, you are moving the maximum distance that you can in a straight line following the line of the hexagons. So keep that in mind as you're placing your initial stacks, because those pieces, those moves that the other players can make, could block you very quickly, depending on where you go in the initial setup of the board. All right, so let's do a playthrough. Let's see how the game goes. So starting with black, I'm going to take half of the black stack, move it over here. That's as far as I can go. Now it'll be blue's turn. Notice that black has now blocked off this section from blue. That's kind of a bold move right there. Blue, let's have blue apply a little bit of pressure to black, maybe. Start trying to cut some things off on their own. Maybe, so take some pieces over here. Apply a little bit of pressure there. Move around to red as we're moving alphabetically. Red wants to maybe block some things off from white, so it's going to come over here, kind of cutting off this part of the board from white. And white looks at this and says, "All right, well, I can play that game as well too. How about I do that?" So, all right, now we're back around to black.
The important thing to keep in mind when you play is that you are moving to block off parts of the board from other players. You keep playing, everyone keeps playing, until all players have to pass. At that point, you stop and you go into scoring. So all of your moves, everything that you're doing is in order to open up places of the board for your own pieces and block off your opponents. If you can block off all of your opponents before they can use their pieces, then your score will be higher. And that brings us to scoring. Scoring is a simple matter of counting up the number of hexes that each color controls. In this case, black won handily with 16 points, used all of its pieces. Blue and red followed suit with 14 points. They had 2 pieces left over. And white, poor white, got annihilated, had 11 points, 5 pieces left over with 1 big stack.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining me for Battle Sheep. I hope you enjoyed it, hope you learned something, hope you can come out of this knowing how to play and being able to share this with everybody that you know. Make sure that you check out Battle Sheep and Blue Orange Games and the rest of their games. Blue Orange is a fantastic company and this is a great game. Major fun for lots of ages, for lots of different interests, and this is, I just can't recommend it highly enough. So, until I see you again, make sure that you have a little bit of fun in everything that you do. Talk to you later.